as what. Well, today inside the program, we want to look at a very important topic, where sexual and gender-based violence. So we will bring the program come to you, Mina Diana Kuka.
Emina Femi Kuka. Good morning, viewers.
Okay. Well, today we get now the studio the head of Family Support Unit, Mohammed SHE Mansari. Mr. Mansari, good morning and thank you for coming.
Yeah, good morning.
We also get Rebecca AJ Kamara from SHE Whinny. Rebecca, good morning and thank you for coming to the program.
Good morning to you too, and thank you for having me.
All right. Well, now we two guests that is inside the studio this morning, where we will discuss with this very important issue. And luckily, they all two they talk about the issue of sexual and gender-based violence.
So, Mr. Mohammed, welcome again to Women's Voice Online TV. We really appreciate, because there are a lot of issues that we want to talk about within the FSU. We don't guess and we can't talk about different of it, but that we will keep our first. So Mark will start up since where you appointment as the head of FSU, Family Support Unit. What are some of the things that we don't do differently?
Once more, my good morning and thank you for a short question. Of course, me not to knew somebody at the Family Support Unit. And I think I passed through all the stages to support ops, deputy, and now me at the head of Family Support Unit. And interestingly, the 15th of this May will make me 1 year as the head of Family Support Unit. You know, when you serve the capacity the day, you don't watch, you know the gaps, you know how for intervene, for actualize your dream. So during the term, then they always I believe within the capacity then they, of course, I believe program everything. So when I take over, I get a quick fix.
Okay.
Strategies that were applied. One, for look at the system itself. If the entire FSU system is running towards the protection of women and picking them any other person in this country. So after we examine the system, we say, okay, now we need for expand with deployment. For the inside the way Englishman say had to reach areas.
Yeah.
Because we notice within the provincial areas, you decide and we they take something like them almost 200 miles before you access a police station. Even the police station, there is no FSU.
Okay.
So we say, okay, one way we can try for dispense an equal opportunity to everybody, especially women and children, for ensure that we take the service closer to them. So I expand my deployment.
Okay.
So by expanding my deployment, I ensure that I work with the Inspector General of Police. We're very keen when it comes to the protection of women and children. He look at me entire strategies, you know, say they in place. So he approved for we recruit personnel because there was a personnel challenge. So I conducted the recruitment, and then after the recruitment, we posted those personnel into different stations cut across.
So what are some whose areas then we normally get FSU, we now don't get them?
What you look like Falaba, for instance, Falaba district. We will get Kabala and Mongo, but we expand down to Sulima.
Okay.
And we expand down to other stations that were not able to call within the Falaba district.
Okay.
And before the expansion, we conducted a monitoring, joint monitoring, for ensure that we able to know the type of cases then and see the need for expansion.
Yeah.
And we also go to Kailaon district. Kailaon district, you get place like we then call Bandajuma Yahweh, where a very big town, but it's far. It's far. We take about something like 4 hours for access the place, for coming back 4 hours. So we say, okay, the cases of SGBV prevalent at the place. You know, we see small picking, then we get belay and so on and so forth. So what we do is like, as I speak, we've already posted somebody there. And then there is another place refers to as Jujuma. So these are very gray areas where we are to expand the posting. And all this expansion goes with what we call strategic deployment, wherein we look at the region police. We have 6 police regions cut across the country. So we say, okay, we need to ensure that we send FSU coordinators. Where I come, we say, okay, it was FSU coordinator. We say, no, now it's supposed to be FSU crime regional coordinators. So that tells you the kind way, you're not daily normal for just coordinate personnel, for you to look at SGBV cases and for ensure that at least we see how best we can fast track the investigation from the reporting stage to court stage. So there are many achievements. From there, we get all them coordinators.
Yeah, we just want to ask you now.
Yes.
The all them deployments and those I know me get FSU don't get now.
Yes.
So it's not some of the change would happen.
Interestingly, and that's the reason why if you privy to the statistics, the data for 2025, one thing you will see, you say why the increase of HGBV cases, and then I would probably say yes. That's a positive move because one, based on our expansion, so we allow we survivors them for get access to facilities there and make complaint. Then people will not be able to make complaint at all.
Okay,
now
so now because of that expansion,
the expansion is one.
Now make una get more cases.
Yeah, then also outreach activities they move they do. Cut across the country, schools, community, society leaders. We they engage them, tell them the reason why, then for reports HGBV cases.
Okay.
Why, for compromise, sexual offenses, and other aggravated domestic violence. So with all this, the people are free, and we train, we personnel them for at least everything about what they are doing has to be survivor-centered approach. So when you treat post-recally complaint, where you go explain how the police then treat them, the other post will be get to will be the monarch. They go back for
instead they get
before
the
this time that culture of silence
be
triggered towards the way the police be react to it.
Okay.
So that is why as I'm speaking now, the FSU we are presently on training. The last training they took place in Makeni, cut across. So that's exactly what we are doing, because if you equip the personnel with the required knowledge and skills for let them face this national problem where they affect the most vulnerable population, women and children, you have to ensure that you train this personnel. They should know exactly how to handle
it. Yeah, so you mentioned about the 2025 report on the FSU angle. So which district will be in top the list?
It's so interesting. And when you look the previous, if we can retrospect with data, will be the eastern region, now they be the camp force.
Yeah.
When we look at the region, but of course, say Freetown always, we can take and then they come first. And when you divide Freetown East and Freetown West, always a Freetown East. So if you put all together in a Freetown first, then Eastern region second. But interestingly, for this time around, the thing changed.
Yeah.
Now you find out in Northeast. Northeast, don't pass. And one of the things that when we see we conduct monitoring with UNDP, the thing we actually mitigate the prevalence of SGBV in the eastern region are the facilities. Say you get the sexual model courts there.
Yeah.
You have different organizations working towards the combating of SGBV. So now you see them press there, and there is more conviction from that end. Then jail people them, so people are afraid. So now it swing. It come to the other side when are northeast. So now we concentration is like looking at those systems where them put in place now Eastern region. Say okay, we advocate with our partners, but let them do the same, because the pattern don't increase on this side.
Exactly.
So that's how we continue the fight.
Okay. I believe that in a one strategy that the way you make una succeed by this fight. Because if survivors, victims no say we're gonna police in case I get justice, then they run for good day.
That's true.
Yeah, so now we look at now the other issues then. Like you say, Freetown can always stop. Like, what thinking cause that?
Well, one, you look at, you get what you call urbanization.
Okay.
You see, the population here very, very high.
Yeah.
Picking them bokuna ya pass all side. Woman them bokuna ya pass all side. And the vulnerability very high. Because me own leadership is not about only sitting in the office. I can come out with me and then.
Yeah, I have to ask you that question. Immunity angle.
Yes, for ensure that I see exactly what they happen on the street.
Okay.
Because if you really want to protect the rights of women and children in this country, you should know exactly what they are faced with.
Yeah.
So I can always go and they see all the gray areas there, most women and picking and they putting can cause violence and how they can go about reporting it. So that's the reason why it is very increasing. I make it in concentration.
Yeah.
We concentrate here at the same time looking at the other areas where the team may come up. So that we can, if you aside for increased personnel, we increase personnel.
Okay.
If you aside way for ensure that at least we train the personnel, we train. If that's time for do awareness here is a program, we know the population will be attacked. So that at least we talk to them for them to understand how you can prevent, report, and also respond to LGBT issues.
Okay, so continue for stay with we in the studio. In name na Mohammed Masari, the head of Family Support Unit, now the Sierra Leone Police. So we go cancel with other guests again for let you can tell me how it go about for ensure saying self contribute towards the fight against gender-based violence.
So in name na Rebecca AJ Kamara and the organization SHE Whinny. You just tell what is SHE Whinny mean?
Oh, good morning once again, and thank you for having me, Women's Voice, online TV. So about SHE Whinny, SHE Whinny means, the SHE means support, heal, and empower, and the Whinny, it's a gentle voice, like an high pitch made by an horse. So when we use the word Whinny, it's like a call for help. Wherein, when horses usually make this sound, they signify that they are calling for help for all of them to come together. So when we use the word SHE Whinny, it's like we are calling for help. We are raising an alarm for us all to stand strong to fight against gender-based violence and feminine vulnerability.
So what really prompt you now for come together to fight against sexual and gender-based violence?
Okay, the thing is, SHE Whinny was born on lived experience. Like, we don't see situations wherein women who are victimized go through it alone. We want to be that body that stands for women, supports them like individually, not just like maybe by outreach. We will be there for them individually, so let them know that they are not alone, because most times it's like them and their families. We should have that external body that will come to them to aid them, for them to realize and believe that they are not alone. We are with them. So that's it.
So tell me, what are the experience then when you don't get through for witness some of the issues today?
The experience.
The first-hand information, the waiting they can tell you that what think can happen to them, you know.
Well, some can say, oh, maybe whether experienced in assault, like nobody was there for them. Some people that experience situation, not like it happened to them, wherein person get victimized and in be left, but even though like police we are involved, sorry. So because of that, we then self-experience like any abuse, they go just keep quiet, because if you watch that other person, they be victimized and they come out and talk about her, but then totally dismiss that that unfortunate event. Instead will think I say, okay, if that happens to me, what's the point reporting? If I get for experience sabotage, blaming, I might as well keep quiet. So
so how many victims or survivors you can say don't work with them? What are some of the service them or support they provide?
Well, we now begin work with survivors. Then it are just highlight the few story we are recall from we last outreach. But then that is something we are planning with, because most of we are students them with the study, and we're not like get that leisure time day for like do the complete work. So now we just can like what's the word? We just did double task and do it we able to do at this initial stage. But as time proceeds and maybe we all come out college, we could come and put full attention to the work. Yeah.
So whose partner the country they intend for work?
Well, let's say the rural and urban. Yeah.
It's a big another specific location that you don't identify,
Well,
not yet.
Not yet.
So
We are yet to
still
do that. Yeah.
get a lot of work for able for know exactly the areas that we for and go and do that awareness raising and provide support for
Yes,
people.
ma'am.
Oh, okay.
So if I look at again, I want to come back to you. What's being the initiative? It is that you are victim or somebody else, a family member, na victim, or you see injustice? Because for let you get an idea, a take-up challenge, the I want for contribute towards sexual gender-based violence among women and children. You get for come out from an inspiration, either personally or maybe a family member. So how you get this vision?
Well, speaking about personal events, I don't think that's something we had experienced already for talk on it. But it's something that is all over.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need for experience that personally for make you
your
see.
vision come out from helping, complementing the efforts of the government or the SLP.
Yeah, the government.
Okay, so you just say this, it only happen, a lot of things only happen. So let me say, give me your contribution by setting up my organization.
Yeah.
So before setting up your organization, growing up as a woman, how you been talent? Would I be one become? Let's just take you back and say.
Okay, growing up, I always wanted to become an actress.
Wow.
A movie star. But then, you know how African parents get.
Yeah, the stereotype.
Yeah. So I remember there was this one particular time I was on the phone with my aunt, and then she asked me what I wanted to become, and I told her I want to be an actress. I was so enthusiastic about that. But then she called me and said, "Now this country you want me that kind of thing." So ever since then, I changed my mindset, and I was hoping to be a surgeon, but now I'm studying law.
So you move from the acting, discourage you, now you go again, you go another a career.
Yeah, I was thinking about becoming a surgeon.
Yeah, so the surgery they go that discourage you. Why?
Nobody.
So it just changed.
And
wow. So you get a twist of career looking at you for the one for me auntie. So but you know, saying all of this, being a lawyer, you can always be an actress.
Yeah, I know, and I plan to do that.
Okay, so you did part of your plan.
Yes.
So you get the boldness.
Yeah.
Because they look at you saying as somebody where they shy. Yeah. I don't say about so are they teasing now for me to see the boldness in you?
The thing is, not like necessarily an actress. I'm good with writing. I can write, like I can write a whole play. You just have to give me a theme for it.
Okay.
Like what's the event? Like example, African Child Day. You want me to give you a show for
So
that? I can write it for you.
Producer.
Yes, I'm good with that.
Okay.
So that's what inspired my acting dream.
Okay, so what you find yourself they read the law, how you see yourself. Sometimes and then you can look back and just say, no, this is not my calling.
The thing is, when I started studying law, I had it in the back of my mind that, okay, I don't want to be a lawyer, but I will just be a lawyer. But then studying the course, how things they go, I end up get love for them. And
So you enjoy?
yeah, I'm enjoying it now, and I would love to be a lawyer one day.
Okay. By the grace of God, we still go on for let you be a lawyer because we get a lot of violence when they go around. We get few lawyers we don't volunteer for fights for women and girls then. So we hope say by the grace of God, few more years, we will invite you back now the studio we don't graduate for like and tell the experience. Yeah. Now we go to be someone with the head of FSU. You don't talk about a lot of successes, a lot of things that we don't do within the year. Where you can 1 year on the 15th of May, right? So take we through now. Now we look at we get issues where don't come up a lot of time than the issue about compromise. A lot of people they say the compromise can come out from the SLP, the FSU officers, then and then can start the compromise. So what do you get for say about that?
With my genuine opinion,
Yeah.
right? I never say that's not the outcome.
Yeah.
But with me robust response, because this was part of the issues then we identify. We make people then somehow disinterested for reports to the police.
Exactly.
So I try to identify those things and then respond immediately. One, because the IG be so keen over that, asking this same question, and then we sat together and design an approach. One of the approaches like identify those personnel that are in the habit of at least involving in compromising those serious offenses. And as I tell, if you go back, within the first 1 month, we relinquished about something like 50 from the unit. And then that's actually brought about
So that be make public?
Of course, when I do that, and then we ensure that we look the other thing again, look at the line managers that we don't stay for too long, we change them. As you go around, you will say, boy, we carry this person, a new person there. So, you know, when you're familiar too much with the problem and familiar with the people, you compromise them.
Exactly.
So we interchange them countrywide. So I think that's one way arrest that issue where we survivors and the fear in terms of compromise. And the reflection from that action, it actually triggered the number of conviction we had and the number of matters they will send to the people for advice. So when you look at the data for 2025, at least you could give a thumbs up for
that. Exactly. And then a genuine answer I give you. I have to commend you for that. It don't happen. The issue about compromise and police staying in one place for a very long time, they become familiar. I get that thought today because me living at the Eastern community. I can look at the Eastern police station. So you get personnel there, they don't stay longer. So they don't become so familiar with the criminals them. Even when you go report them, then they downplay the whole thing. So don't look at this issue about, again, interference of traditional stakeholders from the chief side, community elders, then self-thinking, come back and influence the FSU for compromise. How can you handle the issues then?
That's a continuous process. I think one of the things we did was we tried to identify the societal leaders and those that are very powerful in the society. We always can influence the decision of the police or influence the decision of the survivor. So we tried to bring them together, and then we offer an hands-on training with them for them to understand their role and also the role of the police, and for respect the dignity of the survivor. If you say one case, you need to allow. In fact, now you for talk to her. Say now you write for the report now FSU, and I will support you, and I will even show you the pathway for let you ensure that this person will do this thing to you. Let face the full force of the law. So I think from now, as I speak, they don't reduce, because if you want proven, go to any alejo or big person in the community. Say this still happen, as you say, oh, in fact, to start with SP, say, yeah, because I know one. Because one thing will tell them, the law ran at them, and it is there in the Sexual Offences Act, right? For say you will compromise any case of sexual case, you don't commit an offense. And in all this stop, the Domestic Violence Act also clearly stated for police officers, say we not get rights for settle any case involving domestic violence act. And the only way we can come in upon the directive of the Attorney General office, where he will say, una mediate, but if mediation fail, una charge them people there. So for now, I think that's one with the arrest and small. In the fact, like I told you, it's a complex one. And we are going smoothly.
Okay, so there is no law where give police rights for lead a compromise.
No law.
So few weeks back, we hosted a guest now. We talk say the request for the victim, because the victim didn't have a safe home. So una request for them say una want the victim back. So after una say una want, I ask una say why una want, I say no, we want this victim, we go out and back. So the victim, the file, they're not carrying.
Well, in that case, then, although probably you will not identify the safe home or the station, but we can most often can get issue when we need victim from their safe home. You know, the investigation is something like a continuous process, and how we get facts, and so we declare on the victim. The victim cannot state X, Y, Z. If this other person said this, and there is something that we need to clear, either we go to the safe home and get a statement, or we take the victim counter. That's one stage. Another hand, most the parents then can be so desperate. So they want them picking.
They don't want them for go to the safe home.
No, yes, because you have, I don't know their policy, but every safe home then gets them policy. But for instance, if the picking don't do it for too long, the parents then they say, who want to be picking? Hence the parents,
even where the proceedings they go.
Yeah, more like in situation where in the sexually penetrative picking. Then FSU, without your consent by law, will refer that picking to the safe home, right? you dey reach at a point where you need to say, okay, I need me picking.
Yeah.
It's not that you are compromising the issue. So the FSU they work with the social worker, now we formation, with that safe home for ensure that we do what we call temporal relinquishment. Take the picking and give back to the parents.
Okay.
We ensure that the picking safe, and if we need her at any time, the
They
parents
provide
ready
am
for
back.
producer. So that's the understanding way, you know, the prevail to that extent. But we don't engage with partners then, the safe home people, and let them understand that. Say most often not to we.
Yeah, because
one that the parents.
and they say
need
there is
the
a
pikin.
communication gap. Like una don't can say the picking, they una no can come back and tell them again, and they can get interest for let the picking get justice. So it's like when they call the picking again, no communication. That's the end.
Interestingly, we are conducting joint investigation. It is not only the FSU. We have social workers from the Ministry of
Social welfare.
yes, Social Welfare and Gender and Children's Affairs. Yeah, and their own role, they have their own role. It's very distinct. The social worker, we are in looking at the protection of that child from the beginning and to the end of that investigation. Among them all, they do follow up. So, and if this person say, now so it happen, not one challenge them, but maybe differ for say, no, the social worker himself gets in tracking, they follow up, they go check na their home, then if they pull that picking day, they check inside the picking day, and when we need the picking, now the social worker will tell.
Yeah,
Then they go and come, take the picking if not for court, okay, I'm going to court.
okay.
So, but it go nice if we know the area where that happened. It's not just coming to the media and then talk without any proof. Because if you don't give me proof now, then I don't say, okay, I will get back to you. And then you see the reality of what we are saying.
Yeah, I think the way you see somebody carry I say something, it's no longer a secret. And we hopefully we go tell you, we go have for tell you, and now una see how best una go able for address that particular situation, because it's a very big institution where they do so well in terms of providing safe home for survivors.
Okay.
So continue for stay with me in case you just dey join me. The program at tea time for Women's Voice Online TV. You dey get to be live from our Facebook page and also with TikTok account. So now we dey go for a short commercial break, and we will come back. We go continue the program. So stay with me, send your comments, make your contributions. The head of FSU dey na here. You get a question, tell me now when you say go answer to am.
With Rocal Commercial Bank's SIM Copper app, it's fast, safe, and reliable.
Tired of standing in the queue? Do all your banking transactions with Rocal SIM Copper without leaving your seat. Fast, safe, and easy.
You can download the app from App Store or Play Store.
Star 919# with or without internet.
You can send e-copper to any mobile number.
Send and receive money instantly.
Our QR codes, you can take your business digital.
Across banks and mobile money accounts in Sierra Leone. Instant payment across Africa.
So, what are you waiting for? Download the SIM Copper app now.
Rocal SIM Copper. Banking on the go.
The world no more digital. Now that make Rocal Commercial Bank ready for match up with the world. This na the e-banking department. We get products and services them where you use online. Listen to what my colleague they get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from. The points of sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit on any side now this world and do transactions. The commercial bank e-banking now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
For work with Boko money, not at this time. So go inside any local commercial bank today and get you Copper card, your Visa Classic, and proprietary card for making transactions easy.
Gonna shop, you can use the POS and do your transaction easy.
The program you watch at tea time on Women's Voice Online Television. Today we get between the studio head of family support unit, Mohammed S.Y. Mansaye, and we also get Rebecca A.J. Kamara from SHE Whinny. Let's go over now to Rebecca. Rebecca, you don't ever meet with the head of FSU?
No,
the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think you need for getting contact for the program, because you need for the work with them. You know, you from and say there's increase, even the report from Rainbow Initiative, it should say there's increase in sexual and gender-based violence cases. I think 3,000, right? Increase. So what should I think say government really need for do for protect women and girl picking them?
Well, what do you think say government need for do?
Not only government, I would say the community. Everybody gets a role for play, even the parents. Then
Yeah. So let me start with the government. I believe say like government will take the cases then for sexual assault or gender-based violence, like even in situations wherein the family are going to say, okay, we don't negotiate, where they go don't carry with the case na police, and they want maybe put the case on hold or maybe just cancel the case entirely. I believe say at some point that's not for happening. Very person carry the case, the police say, oh, I've been assaulted. The police not for compromise, and therefore make sure say the perpetrator face the law. That way where it can be say the perpetrator like always face the law, it go stop, because what would I say, okay, but quitting the way people are doing an assault, they end up pay price for them. Other people then go stop because they care about their freedom. So like it go less. And for society, I feel like people in the society need forget this not in mind and say where person experience assault. Not so that they for blame and for begin asking, oh, wait till you be the way, or wait till you be where, wait till you go do yonder. Where I go son sign no means say I go for make you assault me. I for feel free in waiting at the way. Also because I wear short skirts means say, oh, this man gets right for assault me, or I don't call you attention for make you can sexualize me. And that's also even an excuse, because there are many cases where again victims then they wear full clothes and they be assaulted. Even though they wear jeans, they still be assaulted. So society for create this safe space where a person come and explain, say, oh, they don't assault them, therefore like believe them, support them, not blame them in any way, because where I work something on me, so if a car attack me, I feel free in waiting away. So if society like gets this now the mind say, okay, I for support victim and not for blame them, not to fault and the perpetrator in fault, and we for blame what are supposed to be blamed for that. I believe say the rate of sexual assault crimes will be less, and victims are not going to be afraid for come out
and talk. Exactly. Yes, could not matter. But even 2 months or 6 months will be there, they penetrate.
Exactly.
So just imagine when they wear pampers.
It's never about
when
the
they wear pampers.
Never.
So you see how serious the situation is. So you're not ready for this advocacy.
Yeah. The thing is, we're not only involved in advocacy but activism as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are ready. We are ready
well
to fight
prepared
for them. Yeah.
All right. Well, now we'll go back to the head of family support unit. I want to know whether the different steps them take, how the process for reports, how it like.
All right, we get a very approachable service. Like for instance, if you go inside FSU Node, you go inside we can call charge office. We go make your case, then immediately then they refer you. Because then not to the specialized people and they deal with issues that they so they can immediately do the referral to FSU. And let we assume say there is no FSU at a particular community. Everybody there is general duty and CID. And the first thing we did to ensure continuity of the protection of our survivors is to ensure that at least we train other police officers there, when not to FSU, on sexual gender-based violence standard operating procedure. Know your role and the immediate action you will take, and subsequently you refer. So when you make the report to them, regardless of the proximity, they will ensure that they take you to where the nearest FSU, and the FSU will continue the investigation. And before the FSU continue this investigation, they will render to you a counseling service.
Psychosocial counseling.
At least to ensure that
that's very
part
important.
Of supporting you psychosocially, so that at least you know exactly how you can start beating this problem down. And then the FSU also will give you the leverage for you to see the reason why it is important for you approaching the unit or making the complaint to the unit. So all this what they explain to, we train with personnel and they continue training them, because the first contact with the survivor goes a very long way. That everything we can miss. So from there, then continue now the different stages in our investigation.
Rebecca make mention of blaming them. Victims, they will come out, they go there for the sinner because of this. So is there any way I can provide a platform for reports, for protect the identity anonymously?
Of course, you have survivors, they will say, we don't want to go to the police station. Right? And part of our response mechanism is to ensure that we meet the survivor. It's not about everything has to be done at the FSU or the police station. So we'll go there, because everything about what we are doing is to ensure that whatever thing surrounding the experience of that survivor must be protected. And one thing we use now confidentiality and secrecy. Because if the survivor say, we don't get situation where in the person they say, we no want in other sister there. We no want to let this person at the same compound. So that we get how we can manage it for ensure that we go do everything when nobody know the nobody abuse. Because some people we have what we call societal stigmatization. If you didn't know, or the school picking them in party didn't know, that's one can break them down. So that is why we ensure that we support the survivor throughout the process. If, for instance, we find out, say, she's still down with the contact with partners, we can say, okay, we can help you for say how we can use psychosocial support into this victim, because we find out we don't cancel her on this, but she's still down. So they still can come in, we can contact the Ministry of Social Welfare, we can contact the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs. They also can intervene and see how we can support the victim throughout the process.
Okay. I want to know whether you get a toll-free line, a line where they operate 24/7, if somebody wants to report, where you could just say, just call and talk to somebody in confidence,
Yeah. Really, for now, FSU, but there is a police to line, right? And then the ministry also, where if you get them and immediately they refer, because we are part of the referral pathway. So where you will call, but we try for work towards that, at least there be a desk wherein you can call, not only call, you can make a complaint. We want to see how we can establish, just see comparison with what is happening in Ghana. So you can be anywhere and then you make your complaint and then they will respond to you in a well-coordinated way. So what we are trying to, it's a process just like I told you, it's a very complex situation to handle. What we are doing ours with the management of the SLP to ensure that we maintain best practice or international best practice. That one will be done the next time I will come here, I will tell them and say, we don't fix up all that to ensure that at least we survivors can access the facility anyway.
Okay. Well, I think we were really glad for that, because that will help a lot in the process. So what kind of medical care that you provide when I verify them?
Well, we get to be immediate partners that we work with, because that's I told you, and it's a joint investigation, it's not FSU. When it's involved, whether it's assault, if it is assault, we refer you to government hospital for an expert opinion. If it is sexual offenses, we refer you to WIMBO or Abadi Women's Center. It depends on the position we need. So then people in there, and then they look you, they examine you, then they report to me. And with that report, we use as part of the evidence, and with other facts, then we don't adduce so far in that investigation. Then before finally we look at it, case management review and see if there is a case. Then we send for advice. Then subsequently we follow the advice from the DPP's office.
Okay. So the important aspect now the legal process. So tell me the legal help where you can provide and take me through the investigation and also litigation process, you know. And you also, I think you can talk about the fast tracking court, where sexual model court, where it's him in some areas they were able to reduce the numbers in other areas, but unfortunately not in other areas where I think the government need for invest more so that it could do all sides and then they go help reduce the number more.
Yes, with regards you concern, yes indeed. We try, we work directly with the DPP's office in terms of aiding us with legal advice, because they are part of our joint investigation. Sure, how you see how professional the police is, because we not just want it's like a rubber stamp idea. You start and finish everything. No. So we send the file. They also will look at it. They conduct their own investigation, in that case an inquiry file, and then look at what the police had done. If it makes sense with regards profiling charges, then go advise the police. Or if the police lack some areas, then go direct back the police, go and do X, Y, Z. So that's one we are having it directly with the DPP's office. They do all over the country. We get a very good coordination. Then with regards law, say for instance we are in a survivalism in our midst, but we need legal representation. We work with also lawyers. We get a very strong partnership with them. That's part of our referral pathway. We can contact them and tell them, say, we need the protection, legal protection of this person. Wherein they will start the presentation of the police onto court. And then if we also look at a victim wherein she cannot afford the medical fee in the case of domestic violence, we also contact partners. Say, this is the situation. For them to come in. And then they come in, they assist. And that's exactly how we continue working. We make one of the see now the FSU had moved from the blame position to the progressive position. And if you conduct your research, you will approve my seat.
There are still concerns about the DPP office that files they can take too long. So how are you not going to understand this?
Well, you see, within the first 1 month, now then problem, then gaps, then the way they create concern. And then we had a very, very, very consultative meeting with the DPP's office. We identify all our problems and we find a solution to them. And as I'm speaking now, it's better. We are having improvement in that one. And that's also aided us to have the highest conviction so far in the history of the establishment of the family support unit.
Okay, so the one part is success story, then the highest conviction.
Yes.
But let's look at the aspects we have for do it. Giving police officers transport for go arrest. Is it that no can get transport? Sunday can say some man can say I get bike, buy me fuel for stand and they go arrest and they can even negotiate the transport. Depend on the distance. So for say police not get transport at all. FSU.
Then complaining in which means. Me want to work, you always.
Well, me na complain, I complain to you now. Yeah.
Like before I leave this place, I will share my number. Already you have my number. Anytime when you get an ugly situation, they just call me. Because it is a pro bono service the police is rendering. And that is why we management, they already aid the police. I don't tell you we camp the protection of women and picking, they know the joke. I know what
I know about that. I know
the support we right. So if they complain they can bring them to me notice and see what will happen. Because we say one that they help people follow identify these people.
So when we don't bring the complaint, I can't tell you.
You get the person now. You get the person.
If I don't bring the complaint, can't tell you.
Complaint now. You forget the element. Who that do unto you, who side them do unto you, when they do unto you. You understand?
Okay.
Bring all the facts in.
So we go tell the person, I go tell the person I say write the police number at the police station. I serve the police station. So I go make it provide all the evidence and send them to you. Then the other issue about where you carry suspects to police, then they tell you the complainant for the feeder every day. Imagine me as a parent, you don't rape, sexually penetrate me picking, don't afford to provide food for you every day.
Who station you have? They not come to me notice.
It happen at Hastings.
Hastings?
Yeah.
Do after this program, supply me that officer and the case.
So police for do if for so because I said he eats panemba road and they cook. So tell them the cows and I fast. So you the complainant and for the feed the suspect until the matter go to court.
You know an egalitarian. If you want help the person because you know once you not come but we are not believe say can do something.
It happen. It happen and not to be close relative it don't happen to, but it happen. Irrespective of the matter. Then in case of assault, in case of what the other crime them. So it happen at them police stations.
I don't tell you say I've spent plenty years in this unit. There is no new case to me except Benkana in that digital form. I don't see in a situation where in person car with person. Then even when the police don't detain her, in back they come with food. Even when they come with food, let tell you the danger in it. How somebody have done something very, very bad to you, then police allow you back.
No, then they say like test them.
No, I'm coming.
Me they test them before me. They say that you can't this food test them.
No, let me tell you, you know, a professional police officer will not behave like that. Because law assumes say you 7-year-old picking. Somebody don't go abuse her and then they say go feed her. You look out poison for her.
No, I mean they tell you say until I can't this
the police most times scream swift for arrest suspect. Because some people they so aggrieved to an extent they will nearly take the law in their hand and cause problem. So one reason why we can detain suspect is because of the offense committed. And secondly, for the protection of that person. Because if they left and go kill her, then we go give you back and say go buy food for her.
So how long a suspect they take now cell, especially that way now suspects we don't penetrate. Sexual cases matter. How long you they take na police station before they charge suspect?
Well, that's where the problem. That's the crux of everything. People like they say when police left, they don't give them money. When police over detain, they've abused the rights of the suspect.
Yeah, so
let me make this very clear to everyone here. When we arrest a suspect, we get what we call then gets the legal terms waiting for still between our police station. Either we charge to court or we release. And like in the case for SP, with the right extension, if we notice say the investigation not reach 7 days, with the right extension to the office of the Attorney General, according to the new CPA, say we want this person for deal with we the other days after 10 days, so that we will conclude the investigation. So after that extension, if we don't conclude the investigation, but one way using within the course of that investigation, we can say, okay, while should they prepare for indict this person for court, will they put them on bail? And releasing somebody from police custody not means the case don't stop.
Even in sexual matters, they release of
yes.
What happen at the same community?
Well, that is part of the condition. We have what we refer to as identify the risk assessment. When you consider bail, you understand after we don't pass 10 days, you don't write for extension. You don't pass within the constitutional days where that person will deal with the police. What they do is like the condition, you not for go closer to that victim. If for instance the person they which area I will say, if they PZ, you not for the
victim. Okay.
The victim. Center will advise say you they beyond Congo cross. You know for come around.
So even when again, but you know for go na the same area.
No, you know they go.
Okay.
Then on one side we protect because no one let the abuse continue, or neither will put the survivor in life at stake.
Okay.
Then that's one. And secondly, we define somebody we guarantee. We will release the suspect as sortie. We will give you anytime we ask you the producer. And thirdly, the person they report on a daily basis for let we see physical examination. You can then book you. You understand? Then finally, when we don't ready now for let you go court, we send you to court. And we don't ever miss that strategy. But final one, you have suspect, where would they look at them? We say then why have we left them? Either a flight risk or get a proper fix aboard. So then suspects then they fast track the investigation. We're not going to release you. Then you make some telling they go to police for release this person. Say no, you go count somebody for can sign for person we don't cause that kind of grave offense, then we can give you, then that person jump bail, then the police will be held responsible. So we are looking at all those risk factors and act accordingly.
So in the issue of bail, who stage you can reach by the investigation when I can give bail?
Yeah, you are telling, like for instance, if not sexual penetration.
Yeah, when I don't get all the witness.
Where we don't get the witness, medical don't come, you understand? Because the medical is very key into that investigation. The medical don't come. What we not say, but if it reach 10 days, where the law say, with the right for extension of days, for let the Attorney General's office permit us for this person for stay with we more than 10 days. So that extension within that framework, we don't try for do all the other things they will for do. If we're not able to do them, for let the person go court, you know we have to send the file for advice.
Yeah.
You understand? And then it has to return to us back.
So
if we find out say all the same then they, you know, we go infringe into the right of the suspect, that there will give you bail condition. And that bail condition, it's a very strong bail condition. Where we believe say, we don't give you the suspect anything one time they can. But if we find out say you cannot meet to our bail condition, we will continue to place you there. That's clearly.
So we don't have follow the right procedure, inform the Attorney General, so we need an extension of detention. Okay, I think another can be in the confusing part between the FSU and the victim and parents.
Then the other thing again, some parents then they say, "Una left the person and not tell me." So they also get right. So and then let me tell you about somebody who made a complaint to the police. He or she has rights to know every step
of
that investigation. So one thing I institute for ensure that when they consider release, even writing for extension, you have to inform the referral or the survivor. The one who come with the picking or the picking both.
Yeah, because if that gap they can't understand later, and they can make it begin lost confidence.
And they begin lost confidence from the police. So they even tell you and share the condition of bail. So tell you say if you see that person around the end, gonna make level. So then they don't yield that problem.
Okay,
now.
so lastly, because time we don't exceed the time if we first stop 10, but we go 10 minutes.
I think the discussion.
Yeah, the very interesting. A lot of issues and they for talk about the FSU. If we saw they talk about FSU, we'll spend the whole day now. So we get for friend another time, we get for can discuss again. And also in all of this intervention and the things that we don't try for do reform so don't take place. There are so many challenges. Just give you a few of them.
Well, there is no fight without problems. And then, but most of the severe ones, the police can intervene. Our partners are also playing a crucial role. As I just said, the training that is presently ongoing, that training is supported by UNICEF. We are going to train 100 personnel. You understand? And UNDP they come in. We just conduct a field monitoring, right? Now, Kailaun districts, Moyamba district, Falaba district. Those bad areas to access police service, and we get the result from there. So the challenge, we continue to cut them down as we proceed. But it's really not easy. I used to tell people, and I will use this medium to say this again. It is not about you blaming the family support unit. It's about you come and see exactly what the family support unit is doing, identify the gaps, and see how you can assist. If you're really interested in the protection of women and children in this country. Some people will just stand out there saying FSU is this, FSU is that. But when you go to the field, you see exactly what the FSU is doing. And if you are serious over the protection of women and children, you will come and assist those gaps.
So if you are serious in the fight against gender-based violence, work with the FSU.
That's true.
You self give and helping. Now this fight, we all get for put hands on deck. It's not about the police only. Everybody, parents, communities, any area, we all for come together and help them for fact. Because the police have sometimes and then we can blame them, but we need for the go there and ask question. There are things they will they blame the police where they don't do a lot of things, a lot of policies on in place, but you don't know because maybe you know they listen radio, you just they judge them and then they talk for them more. Then get their own pitfalls, but sometimes and the way they don't improve on. As we guide they talk at FSU they around the country now visible, and then a lot of UN agency they helping now for getting reform. So lastly, as we come to Rebecca now, what are the plans? What are the plans for this year? You guys have any plans? Una don't put anything in place, say now this one for do?
Okay, we don't complete 1 week community outreach for sexual assault awareness month. We get few things we want to do until the year they wrap up. Like we want to do seminar for uni students them, college students them, and we want to do this program we then call Sit and Talk, wherein people that will experience assault, not only limited to sexual assault, but like gender-based violence, where you know all they come together like in a round circle form and share support and maybe tell a story for make we all know so okay we are not alone, together we are strong. That's the other program where we get planned for do, and we get school campaign for do, which can normally take place in December. Then lastly we get this one program we try for put in place in August, wherein we share pads and other toiletries them to different communities them.
Okay, so now the plans are so waiting be the outcome of the outreach. We una always in which una bring people especially university students them for that they can talk about sexual assault. Waiting be the feedback. Is it that una get a lot of people we come out with their stories?
Well, not lots. Few people then be able to come and tell we waiting the experience and we come for them. But we're to be glad for the fact that we don't make people learn from let's say communities that we're not too civilized. Oh, sorry for using that word. We're not come out. We're like still gather village setting. We make them know waiting there for no but sexual assault, and they begin like a positive feedback outcome. They realize okay, yes, we don't know so this now victim and so we forgot about them, and that's we glad for. Although the one they will come out and tell we say they experienced it.
So then come that particular community the way they talk. Nice I fit
nice I fit on 5 communities. Like some know, but they don't know. Like some people then feel say sexual assault is just about raping, like rape you, but they don't know say like coercion, and the other thing they don't even know say something that they for take and you get right for reports that to the police, and they don't make you a bad person. No matter how society see you, now they right they're not aware of that. So we be glad to see we get for tell them and then take note.
Then get for tell the information very seriously.
Yeah. You get some money, let for touch picking the Bobby.
Yeah, we tell them all that.
Then like that kind of community, they get man the way they say this is small wave.
Exactly, we tell them all that.
So then they come up. Small wave we begin year launch. So they begin they reach 16 now.
Yeah.
In 10 for assault. So now I think with the advocacy we wanna get for good now that particular and me self going one for another community. Let we help now for advocate as well, because one thing way bad, they not even know say for them man give you picking lunch and they call her you small wave. Now they start.
Exactly.
So if fine for going to them community and they say it's not so all thing they take from man, say the church you picking Bobby church you say me woman. And when they say I the picking don't reach 13, that man they end up for married. So anytime we look forward for joining outreach and for see how best to serve web in the advocacy, because this is a platform where they advocate also for women them. So thank you very much, Rebecca, for where you take your time and join me. We hope say the next activity where they do with the distribution of the sanitary pad, you will make we aware, so we self go able for you a coverage on that. So thank you for where you join me at the program today, and we wish you all a lovely day. And also the head of FSU, it's an opportunity for all host you. We know so we get for host you time to time because you need for engage the media. There are a lot of things to talk about from the FSU. A lot of issues, a lot of improvement will take place. We hope to get you soon and very soon. So today, Fambule and viewers, they are out there on our Facebook and TikTok account. We want to say plenty thank you for taking our time for day with me for this 1 hour. We don't discuss about sexual gender-based violence and also the role of the FSU. We want to say plenty thank you for we join with me the edition of Tea Time. Join me tomorrow back again, same time, same platform, Facebook and TikTok. And also we get a repeat broadcast of this program now we YouTube page where you get opportunity for watch them all over again and make your contribution. So we will bring the program come to you today. My name is Femi Koka.
And Mina Diana Kuka, they say Tata.
They wish you a lovely day.
Hi, please tune in to Women's Voice Online TV for your news, entertainment, and remember, it's the only online TV that focuses on women and girls. Stay tuned, always.
Women's Voice Online TV.
You dey watch Women's Voice Online TV and sure say every day you stay clue to the fine program them where they put every day.
Not to all success story easy, and not to all struggle self-visible. But for Boko woman and girl picking them, the journey is full up with Boko strength and sacrifice them. Now that make this platform they exist for talk about things like this, for share real life experience them, for celebrate achievements them, and also for address certain challenges them where woman and girl picking them they face. Because for protect the cause of woman and girl picking them means say you for team up stronger one with them, you for listen to them, and you for also support them growth.
Women's Voice Online TV.
Watch Women's Voice Online every day and be part and parcel of this journey in the life of women.
Be you man or woman, tune in to Women's Voice Online TV.
Sometimes they do something, but we for go viral, they go. When a good thing, where you come to woman, then go admire you and then go emulate you. But they be. But now that we get this online, I think say it will go far and wild, so that the other woman then go see the importance of woman there.
Inside Women's Voice Online TV, all voice matter and all stories self-important. And this not only the beginning for protect the cause of woman and girl picking them.
Hi, please tune in to Women's Voice Online TV for your news, entertainment, and remember, it's the only online TV that focuses on women and girls. Stay tuned, always.
With Raquel Commercial Bank's SIM Copper app, it's fast, safe, and reliable.
Tired of standing in the queue? Do all your banking transactions with the Raquel SIM Copper without leaving your seat. Fast, safe, and easy.
You can download the app from App Store or Play Store.
Star 919# with or without internet.
You can send e-copper to any mobile number.
Send and receive money instantly.
QR codes. You can take your business digital.
Across banks and mobile money accounts in Sierra Leone. Instant payment across Africa.
So, what are you waiting for? Download the SIM Copper app now.
Raquel SIM Copper. Banking on the go.
The world don't go digital. Now that's make Raquel commercial bank ready for match up with the world. This now the e-banking department. We get products and services them when you use online. Listen to what my colleague they get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from, the points of sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit on any side now this world and do transactions. Red Commercial Bank e-banking na the solution to all digital transactions na the country.
For work with Boku Money, na trading style. So, go inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, you Visa Classic, and proprietary card for making transactions easy.
Go na shop, you can use the POS and do your transaction easy.